Here we go. Welcome to the stream. Let's see if we can just adjust this a little bit. More over that way. Right. So, what do we got today? I am working on, let's bring up the reference photo. Here we go. This couple here. And you'll see that that's in portrait mode, but I'm doing them landscape. So why am I doing them landscape? The reason I rotated it landscape was I was having tremendous amount of trouble with these sort of buttons, buckles, I'm not sure what they are. And in the reference photo, they're really blurry. In fact, the reference photos caused me a lot of problems because it's got artifacts and all sorts of issues with it. Let's just finish the coffee. And the cup says, of course I'm right, I'm Dave. There you go. A friend bought me that. And I don't know why he thought that I'm always right, but I enjoy it. So, to help me, and I was also having a lot of trouble getting the shape of his stomach right, his chest and what have you. So I ended up thinking, why don't I just flip it on its side, because then my brain will stop trying to paint what it thinks is correct, and hopefully it'll just come out in my eyes, and that'll transfer onto here. So I've yet to flip it up and see if I've got it right. So that'll be an exciting time, won't it? Let's see if I can find. Here we go. We'll get some paper set up. I've also reset my camera and studio up to see if I can do it a little bit better. And so that'll be a let's just turn off the blues for a sec. Here we go. Don't have to compete with that. So I've reset my camera to see if I can get a better angle for what I'm doing. But this sort of portrait on its side, that's been quite a good little innovation. I'm happy with that. What I need is some. That one will do. Let's get my soft tools. And what else have we got that's new to talk about? So today I'm going to be working a bit on the background. I'm going to do a bit more on his getting some of the values sorted on here. We'll use Pastel for that. Do his collar, some Pastel. And these aren't finished, these little buttony blobs. But we'll say that they're blocked in for now and they're good reference and they can be fixed later. We might even do some of his here. And when I get to do her, I'm going to flip it up the other way. And so still on landscape, and we'll work down around her dress, which is going to be shades of, I think we'll have sort of pinky tints of red coming through, because that will be the reflection of his uniform, and that the red of his uniform will also reflect onto her skin, and face, and it reflect up into his face as well. And the light for this picture is sort of coming a bit from behind and a bit, there's a window with a light that's coming down here. So I'll look to try and get that in as well today. Just some light source. But if I can darken up some of this background, that'll help me to make more sense of his clothing. So these have been diabolical because they're an unclear shape, and I'm trying to paint what my eyes see without knowing exactly what they look like. And I thought, oh, I could look them up and see how they're supposed to be, and then it would be like, no, just try and paint what you see. That'll do. So now, what colours do I want? What are we going to do first? We're going to do, just have a wee think. Let's bring up my reference image. We'll pop you over there. And reference image. Where have you gone? There you go. Right. Right. See if we can get some lines going. In which case we might stay with the turquoise. And we'll put some background music on in case I'm not chatting. Watched a really good demo video of what's her name, Lindsay Witten, I think. Beautiful pastelist. She was doing a sort of cliff scene, and there was water out the front. She was showing reflections. It was very good. And anyway, all you could hear was her scratching on the board, and every now and then she would turn to the camera and say what she was going to do next. But I found it really relaxing just watching her do her pastels and scratching away on the board. It was lovely. Beautiful painting at the end. So I'll just put some blues. How do I start that? Restart. There we go. And I won't chat away. I will, unless anyone starts chatting to me, I'll just aim to start. I think we'll use an ochre. Yellow ochre. Yep. I'll do that. And load up a brush, and that sort of runs down in here, and this is going to be a sort of a source of light, and we'll have this reflected on her shoulder and is that clavicle? I'm not sure. That just on a sort of around her throat as well. That'll be the plan. Where's that go to? Let's go here. Yeah, that's back of her neck there. It's always a little tricky looking at a picture when it's not in the orientation that you expect it to be. But as I said, it's actually enabled me to I'll work on areas of the picture that I was struggling with, and as soon as you somehow get your brain out of trying to tell you what things are supposed to do and just follow what your eyes actually see, you can get quite a different result, which is why drawing freehand is often so tricky for people, because they're drawing what their brain tells them it's supposed to look like instead of what they actually see is happening in front of them. And if you've ever read the drawing on the right hand side of the brain, forget the author of that particular book, was very good. It's been kind of debunked in some ways, or at least there's been a lot of debate as to whether there's any difference between the hemispheres of our brains. You know, whether we can actually be divided into creative on the right hand side and analytical on the left hand side. But regardless of whether it's true or not, one of the exercises, Betty Edwards I think is the author, one of the exercises she gave her students was to turn reference photos upside down and paint the image upside down. Tried that. It's remarkable. Drawing something upside down, it comes out much more accurate than drawing it the right way up. And the odd thing is that when we look at things, our eyes actually first see everything upside down and then translate that back to our brains by the optical nerve. It gets flipped up correctly. So maybe there's something connected with that, or that's could just be pseudoscience reasoning. We're just using the soft tool to first load up the paper. There's actually a fern plant in the background in this reference photo, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to pop that in or not. I'll just get some of this little light source going on. Sometimes having a background can be quite useful to get your colour tones right for doing the portrait. Other times it doesn't work out at all, so the results vary. I'm an intuitive painter. A lot of what I'm doing is just what I'm guessing my way through. I'm feeling my way through the art like a blind person, and you have to rely on your other senses to tell you if you're sort of in the right space or not. I've got a where those pearls finish, we've got a window up here. We can suggest it. The same sort of ochre. For the background, there'll be our light source. And right at the back as well. Through to something like that. In. So I think these are curtains. It's very hard for me to tell from the reference photo. I'm just sort of guessing. But I think that might be a curtain running down here. And we've got the outside light coming through because this is a window over here. To here. Just down to something like that. Just to something like that. Get those angles similar. I'll just some of that in there. So what else are we going to put in here? We're looking for, we'll keep this one as yellows, which means I want a different one for reds. So when you're using your soft tools, while it's able to, they're very easy to clean. No, use that one. Maybe I'll use the edge because that's a good red. Let's use that. And this is orange tint. I don't want orange tint. I want red on oxide tint. We might just slip a bit of red down here. And then we'll come in with our lights later. Yeah, so what was I saying? I was saying when you're using your soft tools, if you're doing pan pastels, or even if you're using them to blend normal pastel. As in pastel stick. I shouldn't say normal pastel. This is normal pastel. Let's be quite clear with that. Pastel is a pigment. And pan pastel is just as valid for doing pastel work as any other pastel. It's just a more finely ground pigment with a different way of applying it. So don't let anyone badmouth pan pastels to you or say they're not real. They're, you know, less than Terry Ludwig's or Sinalia or any of those famous brands. It's what you do with the pigment that matters, not the actual pigment itself. Anyway, when you're using them, I recommend that you have a separate one for different color groups. So one for blues, one for reds, one for yellows, one for greens, and that just makes cleanup easier. Red in there. It'll pay off later. Sometimes you don't get the immediate payoff, but it comes in later. Like there we go. So I want to get some use this bright yellow green. So, yeah, bright yellow green. A crack with that. And have I got a green applicator? I hit another little... there it is. I want to start using some of this. Oh, I need some more red. Missed some red bits. Chin. There we go. Just spread the love around. Right. Where was I? I was doing some bright yellow green. I want that. Up here in the window. To just get our angles right here. Something like that. All in here. And come in and put some nice light coloured flyaway here under her neck later. This is all dark around here. There is more. It's going to be turquoise. Some fit down in here too. That sort of ferny shape. Okay. Something quite relaxing about using pan pastel. It's a very different way of painting than using marks for pastel sticks. And pastel pencils are they're just so intense. I find them exhausting. Give me sciatica as well. Sit there fussing over them. Get all hunched, tense. But pan pastels are just a joy. So if you've never used them, I really recommend them. and if you see sort of running on the screen down in the bottom left, just some thank yous to different supporters taking the time to either buy me a coffee or just commenting on the stream. It's much appreciated. So it's a little shout out to, it's such a small channel. We haven't even hit 250 yet. But that's okay. It's just a journey. Right. Do we want to? We might go blue. What's a dark blue? We've got a. What are you? You are phthalo green. No, I don't want you. We might go. Just drop some of this. Yes. Right. We'll put some turquoise. I'm hoping to get this painting. I had hoped to get this painting finished this month, but I don't think I will. That's okay. I often have ambitious viewpoint of how much work I can achieve in a month, but life then happens and I had to chase some work for my day job. And then there are other things that sort of happened so far this month that take up time. And so painting time gets reduced. I've been looking at doing a website. Let's just put some light turquoise. Yeah. We can thin that out, and we want some dark red, which will be a permanent red. Let's try that. Just in this space here. There we go. And a lighter red at the top of it. And these may be what I'm probably seeing from my reference photo are probably what they call artifacts. Chromatic aberrations, I think is the correct term. I'm okay with that. I want something really dark. I will put This one. Come a long way, David. I might lift that. Take that back. Do some blending up here, but we'll put a base layer of red. Comes right up to, not too far out. It's a sort of mahogany window frame. Flap that in here too. We'll adjust the colour to suit later. So I hope as you're watching this, you're not turning your head to one side to sort of see what it looks like right way up. We will get to doing that later. But for now, the goal is to just use portrait or landscape mode for doing the portrait, because it just makes it easier to access all areas. That did go up to there. Right, so I got that wrong. It was supposed to be up to about here. We can adjust that. Where's the yellow? So get some ochre. That ochre line is going to come down here. That line is going to go to there. So we can now pull that in. It's good. Under here. It's nice. It's going to glow on that. Get that a bit deeper. Mini. Man. It comes down. And then so is that angle right? Comes down. Right. Got a section that does that. That does that. And then sort of skips up a bit. Alright, let me just find my way here. Use a bit of ochre to... That was more... Yeah. Okay, to there. Okay, and there's another way section in there. comes up to something like that. Right. Just find our way. Dark red and mahogany comes down in here and in here. Right, time to clean that one. So eventually your sponge, your soft applicator will become loaded with pastel, with pigment, and just give it a wipe on a paper towel and that'll sort it. At the moment we're very primary up here. I'm okay with that. That's what I want. Let's get a orange tint, I think. Do some blending. That's what we want there. That. Let's come down a bit. Put a turquoise up here. Might go with a shade. And I think I'm going to blue this up as well. Yeah. That's what I want. And then let's fill this in a bit. Put some cyan. Who do you? Ha ha ha. Red. Deep red. I might use a shade of that this time. Yeah. And that's going to end up being magenta, I think. What have I got for applying magenta? What do we got in here? Yes. Use you. Actually, this is violet? No, it's magenta extra dark. How are we going for time, by the way? Okay, we've got 15 minutes left to go. It's alright. Doing well. Doing well. No stress. No stress at all. Let's get... I want that to be a mixture of stuff. So we're going to start with... Do I do dark first? Let's try it. Yep. We'll go dark and then we'll add some lights to it. Onto your eyes, nose. Your lips. There we go. That's on this side as well. We want to get unity of colour. I can lighten that up later. Just get bulk of these colours laid down today. Right, let's come in with some lighter. Now that came... So I think what I'm trying to do here, let's just do some corrections. I'm actually wanting to bring that down to here. I think forehead. Maybe that goes up a bit more. It's always something. That is definitely needs to be it's down a bit more. Okay. Put that too high. We're allowed to adjust things as we go. And which one was... That's clean. There we go. Let's just get some magenta. Fix this little area. There comes that to there, which means when we fix things, sometimes we've got no choice but to fix things. It's okay if we have to adjust things as we go. It's part of the joy of painting. Fix that little bit up there too. The great thing about working from a reference photo is, for the most part, the audience doesn't know your reference photo. They don't know if you've got it exactly the way it was. And anyone who's watched my channel knows that I'm not trying to replicate. I'm trying to get a representation, a glimpse of the original reference photo with my own interpretation. So I don't care if it's not entirely in the right spot, but I really do when it comes to facial features. They're very important for me to get right. Okay, so this is the edge of this curtain is coming down. What we need to do is blend. So red. Need to get some. We actually need really nice yellow. Dairy light's a nice yellow, but I've done it in ochre, so I should use an ochre tint. Oh yes. Perfect. That's what we want. And there's a lot of pastelists have their boards when they've got their paper on. They will have it tilted slightly forward, and that's so that no dust falls on the painting as they're working. And because I'm a contrary sort of person, I'm like, what's wrong with dust falling on the picture? I can use that to blend in as well. It's no problem. It just adds texture and flavour. It's like the 10-second rule, right? Yeah, that's going to be a nice light. I like that immensely. It's going to be a highlight colour. Lovely. Now it's starting to feel like a painting. Nice. What we're going to do now, we are going to use this red oxide. Do some blending with that. just for a moment. You come. Just yet to come. So I think I'm going to use this particular colour all around in here, and for highlights I'm not a, and on her, we might end up using it on her skin over here as well. Sometimes I struggle with red iron oxide. It doesn't always behave the way I expect it to. It's being alright at the moment. It needs to be dark. Let's just darken up a little bit more and then we might call it quits for today. Let's use this magenta. Let's re-establish some contrasting lines. Yeah, there is kind of a you might go for something extra dark. And violet going. Just in this spot here. It's feeling better. Drift and fall apart. Right. So do you want to see it flipped up the correct way? We'll do that so that can, let's just check my camera angles. Must have looked a bit strange as I'm painting this today. But hopefully it will make sense. Is that the right? Am I doing that the right way? Here we go. All right, so can I zoom out a bit more? I might just move this. Just move my camera out a bit. And then we'll swing it in. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, it should be about right. And we'll flip this puppy up and drop it down a bit. Oops, please don't fall over. Go down a bit more. So, oops, down a bit more. There might be enough. So, let's out a wee bit more. A bit more so you can see. So, there's the window, and I just started on this sort of curtain thing coming down here, just blocking it in, and here's his buttons. It's just, so this is, I've still got to darken down here and still create a bit more 3D shape around his chest. I had thought I'd have time to do his collar today, but it hasn't filled in. But working on the, you can clearly see the shape of the window, right? Now that it's up the right way, I see it quite differently, but that's okay. I'll keep working on that, and that should come right. So that is doing a painting. Having to trust your eyes and not your head. Where's the wee lock for this? Let's do that. So that was the unique thing about today's journey, where I'm always looking to find out how can I do it better than what I am. And I think that was quite a good progress. Got a lot of the background blocked in, and that can all be just touched up, right? So you don't have to, you never worry about that to begin with. You're just trying to get the basic shapes and understand where everything fits. And behind me, so if you see my little camera, this is the painting I may be working on Monday. I'm not sure. I may just do a bit more on this. So what I had in mind today, let's just bring up the reference, and wanted to do some phthalo blue. Here we go. Nice phthalo happening on his collar, because it was all violets, and all the violets are great. We need to see the blue in there as well. I'll just pop some of that on. So I can feel like I've set off to, you know, sort of achieve what I wanted to do today. And I've got an extra dark phthalo blue. Yep. And the extra dark is for the Valley of Deep Shadow under his chin. Nice splotches of brighter. Yeah. It's much better. Much better. So there we go. That's today's video log of what I've been up to. Trying to sort out these buttons. And now that I've got some contrast around them, that helps too. I'll fix this chest, do some here, and see where we're at. It'd be quite nice to do a video live of the dress, because the dress is really complicated. And why not, you know, if you're going to paint live, why not do stuff that is really difficult? Jump in the deep end. Thank you to those who watch on the replay, those who've jumped in and watched while it's been live. Really appreciate your company. And to all who have been following the journey. All 249 now. Thank you so much. I hope you have a very enjoyable weekend coming up. So until next time, thank you very much. We'll see you again.